Hello, my lovely spectators. Judy here. Welcome to my studio. So, today is just another bonus. Hopefully this is still going to be in April because I have become a member, or after this video, I will be a member of the Tattered Doll Society. What is that, you say? Well, it is like a collaboration, like a challenge, except that the two creators, content creators, YouTubers who have founded this society, have said that, you know what, it's just a society. Let's just get together. Let's gather together. Let's do our makes. Let's show our creativity, etc. So, this has been founded by Scrappy Lolly Paper Company or Co. and AliaDePina or Pina. I don't know if there's an N on there, but both of their channels will be linked down below. And let me just give you a little bit of intro. So, or the details. Once a month, make a doll from any material that you want. You can use wood, fabric, wire, blocks, anything. Show your funniest, cutest, weirdest, scrappiest, most tattered dolls. You can go kooky, whimsical, vintage, you can go creepy, you can go anything that you like. Okay? Members of the society will post their videos on the 20th of the month. Okay? Make sure to tag both Lolly and Alia, and don't forget to add the hashtag the Tattered Doll Society. Okay, so once you start to create your dolls, guess what? You are part of the society. You are a member. Okay, so when you share your video, you are ensuring that all other members of the society can see what your process is like, what your style is like, and can come and admire your lovely tattered doll. So, if you want to join the society, make a doll, post a video on the 20th of the month. Do all the good stink and all the good stuff, and I've linked it so in the comments below. And yeah, we'll be able to make this grow. So I will though say that right now the person from whom I found out about the society is another member. It is Debs from the Creative Book Shack. So I'm linking her channel, or I'm putting a shout out to her and link to her channel down below as well. So she did a fantastic paper doll. Lolly did another style of paper doll, and so did Alia. And I'm going to do my first paper doll. And well, let me not say that. Paper doll. Debs did a paper doll. Using paper is usually the first thing. So I am going to use paper, but that is not the primary thing. And as I was watching Deb, and I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued. This is fun. Once a month. Okay, cool. Something different other than junk journaling. I already had an idea brewing. So now that I've given you all the deets from the computer, I'm going to bring out what it is that I'm going to work with. So first things first, the paper. This is it. The packaging paper that we all love and get from the Amazonians, right? So I'm going to be using that paper. And it is going to be part of the thing, but it is not going to necessarily be the actual be-all and end-all of the doll. What came to mind was using this, which is some burlap. I was Facebook Market shopping, and someone was selling a bunch of different burlap remnants, etc., for a decent price, I thought. I've got 4 or 5 different colors, and I even have some with advertising, but they're not vintage or anything like that. So I thought it was a steal. I'm picking this because my first doll, she gonna be like me. She gonna be pale. So I need to cut out certain elements. Now, I'm going to cut away for certain things as I set them up, because otherwise it's going to probably be the longest video ever. Unlike Debs, Debs was like, I don't even know. She never makes really long videos, and she gets her stuff done. I make long videos. But I try to keep it to an hour if humanly possible by doing the editing and the fast forwarding. So promising you that there's going to be some cutaways and stuff like that. So the first thing first is that I need to cut the body pieces of the doll. And again, I'm winging this. In my head, it makes sense. So I'm going to cut a couple of squares to get started, and then anything that's a bit in pieces, whatever, I have a little bin over there that I keep for making like fabric clusters. So we're gonna kind of square it off. So I'm trying to make, here's my little right angle there, and this is going to be my other little right angle to kind of get my square going. Okay, and I'm gonna probably need about 5 or 6 squares, but not all of this size. Okay, so here's my first little square. Looks about to be 12 by 12. Have a mat underneath. I'll take a look in a second. I'm just brainstorming, looking in my brain as to what I think is gonna happen here. So, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get another piece cut out. So I'm gonna definitely need another biggish piece. So let's see. Yeah, that was a little handle scraggle. Here we go. We have another little piece over here that's kind of cut, an off cut. So the person who sold it to me had used whatever they used, and they were, I guess, tired of it taking up space, and they weren't planning to do anything further with it. So I'm just gonna cut off this little odd piece to have for part of my doll. So that's another piece. And let's see, I need a few more, but not as big. So let's see if I have any scragglers, or have I think I've completely done the deed and gotten it. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna come down here and I'm gonna cut off this bottom, and I'll just make do so that I have one more of a large rectangular piece, and I could just push that off into my stash. But it'll just be over there because I don't know how much I'm gonna need, when I'm gonna need it back. Ooh, this is kind of small. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I think it's small, but it's fine. I was gonna need something cylindrical-ish or rectangle to kind of make something cylindrical, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm also gonna try to stitch, which I haven't done on my channel yet. I've sewn in the past, nothing by hand, by machine. I've made articles of clothing, etc., things like that. Simple things, nothing too fantastic. So, crap a lunch. We're going to just, I was like, oh, should I pull them off? I'm just going to cut them off. I'm not going to toss them. They're going to go in my little bin for clustering later on. Not today, but just, you know, to have. So just, it's in my way. It's in my way. Okay, so, you know what? Let's see here. I am not sure which direction to go with this. Okay. You know what? Let's see here. Ooh, let's match up. I mean, just for an approximation, because I'm not measuring for sure anything. I'm just kind of eyeballing what I think I'm gonna need, and then we're gonna see what happens. So what I'm trying to cut out is like a body, a head, arms, legs, that kind of thing. So this is gonna go over there. So I have 2 of these pieces, and then I'm gonna need another 2, and I don't know what's gonna happen. So we're gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. So my mom used to make Raggedy Ann dolls, like 3-foot dolls with the pattern and the whole 9. I mean, like, she was in on that. She would make them. She would go to the bingo parlor with her sister-in-law, my aunt, and they would sell raffles and a certain bingo, you know, at a certain bingo time, blah, blah, blah. They, you know, the winner of that would, whatever number, I don't know. They figured it out. They did it. Hey, more power to them. But she was like, yo, she put that pattern, you know, that tissue paper. She put it on oak tags. She wasn't playing. She was making them like they were going out of style. And I have one, and she made one for all my cousins. And then I had an Andy at one point as well. Don't know what happened to him. But and we do have Raggedy Ann. And every time I post anything about Raggedy Ann, my cousins try to hit me up and like, I'll take it. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not my mom's. It's something else. So they're like, oh, forget it, because they want moms, and they're not gonna get that because I only have one, and it's staying with us. But I do have the pattern, and I do want to eventually get into making another Raggedy Ann. That would be like awesome. And so some of the idea of this doll takes on that persona of, not the persona, the structure of what I remember the Raggedy Ann being like. So I need to create a head. I need to create a body, right? I need to create arms and craft-a-lunch. And this is the thing. Now I can't roll because I'll probably crush something. Anyway, arms and legs, okay? And we're gonna make the base of her, and I don't know if we're gonna make any clothes because we, unless we fold some clothes up, I don't know. So let's talk about what I want to do with the legs first, right? So I just have whatever random from any kind of like baggie that I got from like a wherever. I have embroidery floss. I know that there's several threads. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna use the entirety of the thickness to do what I have to do, and hopefully I can find the beginning. Okay, and so I'm on the fence as to whether or not I want to get all fancy about having like the seams be on the inside, or having the seams be like this rugged, not rugged, rather tatted, ratty tatty. Okay, it's not made yet, so I'm not writing down words yet that I make up, which is another thing that I'm going to be doing because I'll be going off and making up my own little words. Yo, where is the beginning of this thing? Okay, wait, let me start on this. I just saw the end over here. Okay, so I have this. I have a gigantic, this sucker is like almost 3 inches long. And the eye is relatively big, but we're not trying to struggle like that. We're going to get ourselves a threader. We're going to put it through the loop, grab our little thread, and we're going to pull it through. There we go. Okay. So I can double it up. I'm gonna be doing like a loose kind of stitch as long as I can keep everything contained. If I see the thread, it's not going to be a big deal for me, right? So let's just, I don't even know how much thread I'm gonna need, but I am gonna need to end it because I can't have, this entire thing go through where I'm stitching. Okay, so let's just, you know what, we got plenty. We're not gonna hoard it. We're not going to make this a problem when we're trying to figure out other problems. Well, not problems, not yet, anyway. So I'm going to look at this. And I know that I want to make a tube, right? Now with the burlap, right, it has this woo-woo-doo-doo-doo. It's riggedy, raggedy, whatever. So if I go like this, right, to start to make this tube, okay, my thing is, I'm going to do a slow stitch down here. Do I leave it as part of the arm and just there, or do I turn it inside out? Because it's a tattered doll, and she's raggedy, and she's mine, and I made her, so I don't have to make her like, she's not going anywhere. She's gonna sit on my desk once she's done. So yeah, see, I'm thinking, I don't know. So I think we're just gonna see if I can get take off some of this stuff because it's like throwing me off. And I know that once I sew through, it may help to stop this from happening and whatnot. So I'm trying to look and see if I got myself a kind of a relative thickness. Now this is the burlap. Where's the paper coming in? Because you got to be stuffed with something. So I'm going to somehow try to stuff the paper in there. I'm going to use the paper so she be crunchy. So So guys, let's just go. Let's just go. And if it starts to go off track, I'll put, I'm gonna get it started so you can see what it is that I'm doing, and then I'll probably pause you guys while I finish up, and then come back to kind of talk about what's left to do. So I'm gonna just do, this is how my mama taught me. I wrap it on my fingers, wrap my finger, and then roll it and get myself a knot right there. And then because this is kind of open, I'm gonna do it one more time. Try to get myself a little fat little knot. And then also not get a fat little knot and not pull it through too hard. So here's my knot. And we're gonna start to do this. So I am gonna, I think I'm gonna try to hide the knot inside. So I guess we are leaving the ratty tatty on the outside, and we'll just work from that. Okay, and I'm just gonna secure her just there for a second. I'm gonna try to go through it. Okay. All right, and yeah, that's not a thing. See, I told you I know what I'm doing. Okay, well, now I have an extra big knot on here, but that's okay. Yeah, like turning it to the other side is really going to make a difference. Now, this is a really large open kind of weave. So all I'm going to do is do a back and forth stitch right here. Maybe quarter of an inch before I come back up or so, and then go back in and come back up and go back in. So I'm just gonna go for this and see how this holds together. Okay, and let's go up one time, and then let's see if we pull it through what it looks like. Okay, so and I can trim this off a little bit, but I don't mind that so much. But this is gonna bother me, so I need to figure this out. But again, ratty tatty tattered doll. So I'm telling you, this is my first stitching attempt on my channel, guys. Yes, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what this stitch is called. I think it's called the running stitch, actually. I'm just making my life simple in terms of, having some fun, but I want to join in, and there's no expectation that there's gonna be kind of like perfection. So it's progress over perfection, as Cindy from Scrap Rat has said. So therefore, I'm gonna stop right there, pull this guy through. Okay, like that. Okay, and we're just gonna make a nice long tube. We're gonna a tube adjacent tube, tube adjacent. Okay, so I want to do one, and then I can do the other tubes off things, so you can see what I'm doing when I put it on pause, because you don't really need to see me struggle with this running stitch. Now, I could have done a back stitch, or I could go back and go every other one and kind of fill it in, but I like this little look there, So the only thing is that it's a little bit like loose up here, so I don't know what I'm going to do in reference to that. But you know what, I'm going to tie this off for now. Oh wait, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, let me make a little knot here. Okay, not a knot, but I'm gonna do a knot, kind of, and then I need to close it. So I'm gonna close it off, doing this stitch like we said. Okay, and because we're at the end, I think I am gonna go through the back and make a little bit more of a secure situation, and I'm going to pop through the middle and then the down. Okay, down in there, and then the middle, I don't know. I'm just gonna add some more stitches, guys. I'm only trying to teach. I can't teach this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm remembering things, right? But it's been like a very long time since I've done any kind of stitching for any kind of real whatever. So this is my inaugural stitch. Okay, I'm gonna just put a little knot over here to this corner. Okay, so okay, and one more through. You know, I have thumb what is it called? Thimbles, but I'm still not, you know, using the tools that I have. Okay, so we're going to do that. Okay, so here's my, I feel like this is an arm. What do you call it? So the one thing that I am going to do so that I could handle a little better is I'm going to just trim it down a little bit from off of the stitch line, right? Just to clean it up a little bit, but not completely lose my little fringiness of the arm. And then I'm supposed to be filling the arm with something. So that's going to be fun because I wanted to fill it with paper. So how do I do that? Okay, usually you have a hole. So there's gonna, see, it's already no bueno. It's already no bueno. See, it's coming apart. Okay, let me try to stop that here by adding a little bit of a stitch. Okay. Alright, guys. Any comments about my sewing can go in the comment section, but don't be nasty. Okay, I don't mind some helpful hints. I don't mind a little, hey girl, you did that wrong. You should have done it this way. Said in a nice way. Not anything super negative. Okay, because I'm just having some fun. So I'm gonna try to kind of lock up. And again, I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm just making my stuff up as I go. Trying to lock up this little edge over here. Ow! I stabbed myself. No bueno. A little bit. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that helped. Yeah, a little bit. It helped a little bit. So we're gonna figure this part out over here. My thing is that what I want to do is I want to take paper. I want to take paper and I want to shove the paper in here. So I don't know if I want to do it, but I don't know if I want to do like balls because I don't want it to have a lumpiness that's gonna cause me to have, you know, concerns. Okay, so here we take another tool that we got, which is to thread things through. And you have your hoodie and you lose your string on one side, you put it there and you can, instead of trying to use a tiny little stapler, not a stapler, what's that word? Safety pin. Okay, so this is, see, okay, I'm gonna put you on pause and I'm gonna leave this footage in here because I need to go cry for a minute. Kidding, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so redirect. That didn't go over well. And I think part of it was because in my head, it would be more interesting, I thought, if I sewed. And I have been wanting to try that. But in my head, my original thought of what I was going to do was not that. So I went back to my original concept in my head. And started playing with that. So in my brain, what I said I wanted to do was to take a piece of burlap, take some paper, ball said paper up. Okay. It's a little big. Okay. Then wrap said paper with the burlap. That's originally what I was saying I was gonna do. And for some reason, I thought it would be cutesy of me to go off track and try something different. And once this was balled up, my method of securing it was going to be a rubber band. Okay, so now I have this ball and all of this excess, right? And that's fine. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut. Okay, I'm gonna get the big suckers out, these guys. At least to get a little bit of it started so that I can go back in and know where I'm cutting at, because I do not need all of this excess in the bottom here. So, okay, now you may be thinking, what is this chick doing? She's switching gears. No, I'm still making a doll. She's still in burlap. She's still blanquita like me. But I'm going back to my, how do I make this happen when I don't know how to do it? And what was my original idea? And that's what I'm doing. And so, almost done with taking this excess off. Okay. Almost, sorry. Almost, okay. Okay. Okay, so got this extra with a big old wannabe hole. How big is it? A hole? It's a hole, of course. Sangana. Oh, it's like a diamond almost. Anyway, so we got our little ball here, and with our paper inside. Okay. And when I was messing around, I was thinking, I was like, why are you trying to do what is not you? I had already played with one. And so here's our little body, and here's our head, which we're going to glue on there. And I want to kind of make a couple more balls, I think. So we're going to cut a couple of pieces. The pieces that I had already, I'm just cutting them additionally. Okay. Okay. And I'm trying to think, I want to have a little bit of feet. So I'm going to take this other piece, I'm going to cut it, make that little ball so that it hits the floor. And I gotta look for it. And I forgot the craft was here, but actually nothing was behind my wheels. I hope my face squinting wasn't in the thing over there. So I'm gonna make a little ball here. Again. Okay. I need another rubber band. Okay. Okay, and we have that. And then we have this part here, which those of you who have watched Stranger Things should be having flashbacks. And we're going to take another piece that might be a little bigger, so we may be having to compare them, but that's okay. I'm going to take another rubber band, and we're going to again grab the excess, and it didn't break, I just slipped from my fingers. Okay, and going to do this. Okay, and again I'm going to push it down, open this up, and then we have another Demogorgon. I don't remember what they're called, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. All right, we'll clean this up a little more later, in a few. Okay. Then we need two more. Here's another. I'm going to again wrap it with the burlap. Get my secure closure of preference for this situation, which is the Dollar Tree rubber band. Spread out the bottom because I want to make sure that I could see the roundness. Get rid of some of this extra. Okay. What do we got going on here? Okay. All right. And then we need one more. These are close, a little smaller. So let me grab this piece, a little smaller, I think. I'm going to secure this over here with another rubber band. Who needs a needle? So I'm actually going to use a needle and thread again still, but in the way that I originally intended to use it. So hopefully that'll be more successful. Okay, so here we go. We've got this done like that, right? So we've got 4 little whatevers. They're not whatevers. Appendages. They're stubby appendages. Okay? Trust me. That's what I meant. Okay. Once she's done and I don't move her around, then we will be good and good. Okay. So and then this is a little too crazy looking over here. Okay, so we've got those going. We got that going. Okay. Now, I am going to attempt to do what I had learned when my mom would do her Raggedy Ann dolls, right? Because I think I remember her telling me for me to go and do them, to help her out. But I don't really have things that I want. Because I want to add some hair to her. And none of these colors are screaming to me. But I guess I will make her a blonde. Because why not? Alright. And again, by no means is this going to be perfect. So, we will see if I can get this correct. And not totally wrong. Okay, where is my thready thing? Oh, here it is, right here. Okay. We got our thread in here. Oh, come on. All right. We're going to thread a good amount doubled up on her. Now, my mom would use like yarn, like straight up like yarn that had like some thickness to it, you know, some density to it, because she was making hair for the Raggedy Anns. I am not. I'm doing hair for my little tattered doll over here. Okay, so all right, let's just do this. So I'll start, I guess, how does she do this? I'll start here. Okay, what she did was that's going to be the length of the hair, and we would just go a little bit down the fabric according to the pattern. There would be lines on the pattern, and then you would have to transfer the lines onto the, you know, cloth that you were dealing with, and then you would leave the loops like that open, right, like this, right? So So I'm saying it's like her hair is about that long, and then we would do another loop over here, let's say, wherever the drawing said to do it, and then you would have your loops. So you have your first loops, your second, third. I'm missing the fourth one over here. There we go. And you would be able to fill it up. I'm doing it kind of loose because, again, not yarn. So the embroidery floss is not really giving it that volume that yarn would. But we're just going to go around and give her some hair. And after a few more of these, if she look crazy, I will just scrap that idea too. So let's see here. Okay. So let's see here. Alright. I'm like, she's looking so much like me since I've been having my hair has been thinning. What do you call it? Do we want to continue with this hair? I don't know if I want to. That's a lot of hair I'd have to do. So I don't know, guys. I'm so lost. I don't think this is. No, I'm not feeling this hair right now. I think it's because it doesn't have the thickness of yarn, and so I would need a lot more of it. So let's just, you know what? Let's make her naked and no features except for a few things here and there. So let's get back to. Let's put it together. So here's our head. I don't know why I flattened this so much. Here's our body. So I want to glue this in here. So she has a nice fluffy collar. And I'll turn her over once it's in there. So let me get some Fabri-Tac. Okay. You know what? Actually, hold up a second. I got some other yarns. Okay, we have some of this. We have some of this. I could add some of this somewhere to give her like a little bit of a dress, so I might do that. Okay. I also have this one with the sunflowers, but green is my thing, so I think I'm gonna stick with the green. I'm just having a moment of like trying to figure things out, guys. See here. I'm looking for something else green in this package of stuff that I got from Facebook Marketplace visit to someone's picking up their scrappy bits. Same person that I got the what's this called? Yeah, that. that, yes. Oh, you know what? Okay. I'm good with that. I don't have anything green in here that I see. And I'm going to use the other green thing. So I think we're going to work that out the way we're going to work that out. So let me get the Fabri-Tac out. And initially I thought I would put it in here, but she already has this lovely high collar. And so I wish I could see the time, but the way that my camera is being held, it's hard for me to see how long I've been doing stuff. Gotta get something different. Oh wait, that's stuck in there, that's why. Alright, I'm gonna put a healthy glob all through here, right? Because we have our little nubbin of a neck piece. This. So we're gonna do that first. And I'm going to squish her down like that. And then I do want a little bit more of this ruffle around her neck. to kind of hit her up there and stay. So we're doing that. I'm gonna have to hold that for a moment. I'm gonna put some behind here. And I'm kind of thinking like skewering her through the head to kind of keep it, you know, together and stuff. But I don't know if that's a nice thing to do to her. Okay. Okay, so she's got her head there. It is separated from here. And I'm gonna need to tuck some other things in here, and I'm gonna need to dress her, so I'm not worried about that too much. Okay, so let's see. We want to put, she's almost giving angel, but that was not my intention at all. Okay, let's see here. I want to put her having her little green dress on. Just trying to figure out how to make it happen. Okay, so let me attach her arms. So these are her arms because they're the little smaller ones. So I'm going to put all over the inside of that spot that I was opening up so that I have surface to glue to her body. And I'll show you in a minute. So kind of, this is her front facing. I'm going to poke her arm right there. Ooh, glue came through. And here we go, right there. Okay, so the other arm fell off because there was no glue. Let's glue the other arm. Okay, so here we go. And we're gonna put this guy right here, and it's more or less where the arms are going to live. Our little arms are living there. And then again, we will decorate with that. And then let's see how we're gonna do that. I could cut a little bit of this. I could do, oh, you know, I could do it let me see. She's not glued dry yet. So I'm trying to figure this out, guys. So let's say we put her dress this way, and then we wrap her around somehow, right? Does it have enough to go all the way around? Yes, it does. Okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, and her head is gluing. It still needs some more time to set up. Okay, but let's pop on her feet, her little legs. Again, hopefully I'm in the frame. Again, just wrapping a bunch of glue there. This is the front of her body, and there's her leg. Okay, here's her foot. And then this is the other foot because it was a little bit bigger. So we're going to fabric tack the back of this up. Nice and gooey. And then just want to make sure. Yeah, there it goes, right there, like that. Alright. I'm gonna let her dry for a minute. I'm gonna come back in a few to finish her off because I know I'm gonna wind up hitting one of her appendages off, so I'll be right back. Okay, she's kind of glued up. She's not falling apart. Things are secure. I kind of like she's, I don't know, I like her. She's kooky. Anyway, but I am gonna put on some green, and I did try to figure out some hair. So let's get the dress on. So it's just this one little piece that I have. Nothing longer than this one little piece. Is just like probably 18 inches that they had left over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm bunching it over here to put it under her collar, and I want to wrap it around to this side. Now there is a rubber band there, so yes, we will take advantage of that, and it'll hold that part of the dress, right? Then we're gonna go across the body like that, around the booty, and then up over here. Okay, and then we're gonna go to the back and let's see how far we can get, and then we will adjust everything else so it can land itself right where the other one is, where the other part is. So let's tuck that now, and then we can add adhesive and whatnot in a few. So let's take a look at our little halter topped beauty. Okay, so since this is wired, it works in the benefit of being able to kind of make it look a little bit more intentional, I guess. There we go. I don't even know if I'm like pushing her away. I'm not pushing her away. She's just running away from me as I'm trying to dress her. But did I really dress her? Because all that's covered is the boobies. Maybe I needed to put it the other way around. This is why I'm glad I did not glue it. Okay, so let's flip it. Let's flip it, because you know she can't be having her boobies out like that. So here's her. Let's see if we do that. Okay, and then we bring it around to cover her back. Okay. It's like, oh my gosh. I haven't played with dolls in the forever. Okay. Okay, so she's gonna have that. Alright. Then, I don't know, maybe then I can put it towards the front. Guys, I'm just losing my brain. My brain is not braining right now. I really need her to have some clothes. Okay? So, we're going to put this here. I don't want to use the glue as the only way to keep this down because I don't know if it's going to look good or not. And then if we crimp this all the way around, okay, and then we can put this over there. I think that might be the way to go. Okay, so let's adjust. All right, we're gonna commit, guys. We're gonna commit. Okay, gonna commit with putting some Fabri-Tac over here. Okay, we're gonna commit with it going here to here. Right. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Alright, I looked. It was at 43 minutes, so this just doesn't seem like I genetically am able to make a video where I create something in less than an hour. No, that's not true. If you go on my channel, I do have some quickie things, but usually they are well prepared and planned prior to trying to put them to the channel. Okay. Alright. So we got that going on. Okay. Cool. Alright. So let's try to match this up over here a little bit. Okay. Some residual Fabri-Tac liquid. Okay. Which is not much. So I think, I don't know if it's the season, bad me is changing, but I've been having such a shortness of breath today. And I'm over here. I'm feeling a little tight-chested, needing to look for my asthma pump or something because, yeah, we need to start that and bust out the antihistamine. Okay. So, here we go. I think that is going to be her dress, like this. Alright. This little long one is bothering me. Okay, let's take this part here and glue it to her body. Okay, this is This is an aventura. This has been an adventure. This has been an adventure. But I'm having fun. I mean, I like to create and I like the challenges. And so, you know, I'm digging that this has wire. I'm happy with that. Okay. All right. I think she is dressed. Her foot is a little loose, so I must have dinged that up a little bit. So, I'm going to do that to get her foot back in place. Okay, let me take a look. Perfect. So she has that. I think I want to add a little something there, but I don't have... I have to have something with some sparkle. You know what? I do. I have this. And it kind of goes because of that. Oh, we're going to add some of this. Let's just cut it. Again, same person, same... I think it's... If I remember, his name is Chris. So what if we dress her up a little bit more? So she's got her not her vestido, her little dress. And so she needs a little something extra. So why don't I take, let's see here. Can I do this? Can I do it? Can I do it without looking like a cuckoo person? I'm gonna go for it. We're going to, okay. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, let's tie a bow over here. So we're gonna give her a bow. Down by where her feet is. Where her feet are. Speak of the English, girl. Speak of the English. Let's see. Let me do one and then see if that's something we want to do. Maybe it's not that I need to do it there around her arm. No, I think that's the problem. And I also wanted to put some around her neck to add a little bit of something. So I think we'll just tuck it there so that there's something there. She's got some jewelry, some bling bling. And here's her hair. Because homegirl had to have hair. So I'm going to put her some hair. Good, bad, or ugly. No, her hair is cute. Her hair is cute. It's free. It's flowing. And it's thinning just like mine. Let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually take some of these and kind of attach them to cover up over here. So, that's to cover the rubber band that's holding it all together. Okay, so she's gonna have a couple of little sprigs of hair framing her face. We gotta frame her face, right? Where's another piece right here? So we'll take those to frame her face, and then the rest we're going to bring around. And so let's get some glue going around here. Okay. And we're going to spread her hair to cover her noggin. Okay. And yeah, so there we go. That's one side of her head. The fabric tag is on my finger. And then the other is going to be this way, right? We will get it going. We will make it work. We will make it work. We will make it work. I'm like Tom Gunn. Is that his name? I think so. From Project Runway. Make it work. As he walked away when they had made something so fugly that you were like, what? That's not, how is that fashion? Make it work. Okay. Let's get it situated. Let's hold it a little bit, okay? Because we need to kind of, you know, get that started. You know. Okay. All right. I'm gonna, you know what? She's gonna get a little additive in here because this hair situation is not. Okay, so here we go. You know what? And she gonna proudly sit on my desk. So I'm good with that. You know what? We are going to, let's see here. Where are the rest that I did? Oh, all right. We are going to, whoopsie. We're going to use that. Some of that. Where's the other ones? Okay. So, oh, you know what? With a little bit of this, because we do have a little bit of like an orange situation going on. So, here she's looking. Let me, I don't need to raise it up, right? Here she looks. She got her little feet, she got hands, she got a head, she got some hair going on with her little bougie, you know, whatever. She got her little bling bling. She got her little dress, wraparound dress there. And she's going to get some, what do you call it, holiday hat. No, that's too much, guys. Yeah, that doesn't work. I thought I was going to be able to, you know, hide her bald spot, but that's not going to happen. I need to just make sure the hair stays there. So, you know, the hair. Maybe the hair was a mistake, but you know what? She need hair. She need hair. She need hair. She need the hair. Okay. So... She doesn't have any facial features, so, but that's okay. So here is my first, and this is my April tattered doll, right? And so now I'm a member of the society, so you should go make yours and become one as well. And whatnot. So I need to think of something else. She may need a sister. I don't know, but this was a little bit much. Her sister can be, you know, something else. I'm trying to commit to 12. At least do one, you know, for the year. For a year. So, here's my little girl, right? My diva-licious woman with her little bling bling and her wraparound dress. And her little, you know, thing. I should put a little something. She needs something, bro. She needs a bling. She needs something. You know what? I got this. Ow! This is a safety pin that also came from that guy. Let's just give her a little something something. I have a gold one. Ow! 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 Oh my goodness! Add a little green one. This is like a green tone. And because you gotta do things in threes, here's a little gold one. Okay? So here's her little bling on the side. And I think we're done. Now, the only thing is she needs a name. So, that's what I'm gonna leave up to y'all. So here's what I'm gonna do. Comment down below what you think her name should be. And then 2 days before the next doll, so on the May 18th, I'm gonna pull up the video and double check all the comments, put them in the picker, and figure out what her name is. So if you want to play along, subscribe and you know, drop the name down there if it is before the 18th of May. But we're done. So here she is. She's got her bling, she's got her necklace bling, she's got her fancy dress, her wild hair. So let's just say this was at the end of the party. So she rough and she need to go home. But until the next time, I hope you have fun with me. I don't know. It was fun. I enjoyed trying to solve problems, and I left them in there because why not? So yeah, tell me what you think, what her name should be, and the next Tattered doll, you'll get a formal introduction to Miss blank blank blank, and we will create her sister or her cousin, or maybe we'll do a boy. I don't know. But until next time, thank you for coming by and showing the love and support. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to visit the creators, rather founders of the Tattered Doll Society, and also say hi to Debs, because she's the one that introduced me to it when I stumbled on it in her videos. And yeah, every time I stumble on someone else, I'll include them in the description box below. So until next time, ciao ciao, bye.